And now we've reached the end of Season 2, Episode 21, King's Tide. So, this is the first time that we've seen the Collector in the flesh. Brock, what are your first impressions?
It's kind of what I figured, what I was going to see. I figured he wasn't going to stay a black and white being once it was free. And I figured that it was going to be rather childish.
Yeah, especially after all of the previous times that they've, made their brief appearances in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they OP as fuck.
Yes.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Misao, how did you feel coming back to these moments?
I always really get sad at the part wherein King sacrificed himself to save everyone.
Yeah.
Guess what scene I've been waiting 2 seasons for that I saw before we started recording?
Is that the one?
Yeah.
So this is the moment.
Yep. For those that I gave the Mighty Ducks hint to, eons ago, I mentioned Mighty Ducks again earlier. There's a scene in the second episode where the main character's brother, main character's best buddy, gives him a mask that helps him see the alien race and through their cloaking tech, holds it in his hands, and then lets him go and pushes him off through a portal. When I said that scene was basically what happened, that is what happened. Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious now, from your perspective, from the outside looking in. Did you even know the context of that moment?
No, because I stopped it within 2 seconds of seeing it.
Okay, good.
I was just like, oh, he's going towards a portal. That's important. And I stopped it, and the entire time I'm like, he's gonna. And then I start to think, I'm like, okay, there's a moment that Misao lost her ever-loving shit about happening. That happened at the same time as the thing that happened in RWBY. And I don't know if this is the thing, but then I'm like, I'm gonna need to wait for forever to know if this was the thing that happened, because all I know is that it was a thing. I don't know who was involved in the thing or what the thing was. I just know it was a thing that happened at the same time as another thing that happened in RWBY. Was this that thing?
No.
No.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and it's
not.
When
we get up to the scene, you'll know exactly why. It's like, wow, is this like watching RWBY?
Okay.
You'll understand. You'll know the scene when we get to the scene.
Okay.
But
that's all I'm gonna say.
Before we get there, there's still a lot of stuff that happens, like Luce and Bellows having another battle before things really get out of hand, and he just becomes a full gelatinous monster.
He becomes goo.
Yep.
But yeah, this is what the Day of Unity. Well, this is what Bellows wanted to happen. He wanted.
Man, I wish some unbelievably handsome individual would have guessed something like this was happening many times as we were watching this. God, I just wish some handsome devil would have guessed this was gonna happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see a handsome devil around to guess that.
Oh, you might want to look a little closer. Also, oh no! What do you mean, Rain? How could the barely held together by staples and tape evil individual that's been eating fucking palismans and ordering us to do dastardly things and screwing over our own people might screw me over? No way! I'm special! Ah! He meant paradise, right? That's why we were torturing people?
Yep.
Dumb broads are gonna dumb broad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Basically.
And by the way, you told me the Ida's hand coming off thing. I fully expected her to do that at some point before you even said anything. And it kind of happened how I figured it was going to happen.
Oh, you mean like Rain taking it off to be like, nope,
Yeah.
I said you have to be protected.
Yeah,
So-
I was like, he's going to rip her arm off and say, Luce told me to protect you. I was like, I don't know exactly how I was going to say it. But that was, yeah.
I mean, some of these beats are a little bit obvious because despite this feeling a bit like a finale to the Bello story, we're not quite done yet.
No.
There's still
But
And
wait,
you
there's
tell me
more.
there's another season? Oh, yeah.
I wish it was
No.
I wish it was a full season.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, Disney's gonna Disney though, so you're gonna,
There was a nice moment at the start of this where, you know, everyone's on the ship arguing over what to do, and then the palismen are like, "Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you all take a fucking break?"
Yeah, why don't you all you should eat a Snickers. You're gonna like it when you
Essentially.
okay.
Eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
I'm hungry. Oh god. Yeah, that was a good one. I was waiting on something like it was either gonna be King was gonna say something or the Palisons were gonna say something, and that was cute.
Yeah, always appreciate those nice little moments in between the bigger stuff. Like even Kikimora going out of her way to help King. Almost.
You know what
seems-
this reminds me of?
Do you want to say it or do you want me to?
You say it, 'cause I don't know if we're thinking of the same thing.
I was thinking of General Hux in.
Yes! Yeah! Exactly that. I don't care if I win, I just want him to lose. God. It just screamed that.
Yep.
I didn't know, I'm like, he might mention it's an anime or something I'm not thinking of, but I was just like, it was just him immediately. I was like, this is hater to the core.
Such a good moment.
Oh, it was so good. And they were like, you hate him, why would you help? I don't care. My hate for him is more than how much I don't want him to... I don't care if I lose, as long as he doesn't win. I love those people so much. It reminds me of... There's this Let's Play channel that used to be a big thing that all the guys split off from it, but one of the famous things one of the players, Wooly, would always do is like if they were playing Smash Bros or something and like they were about to get beaten, he would run to the other screen and jump off going, "You didn't win! You didn't win!" Oh god, yeah, no. That was good. I love when pettiness becomes... I don't like pettiness, but when you put pettiness to an art form, I love it.
That's why I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan.
That's just about to say the same thing. Let's play Not Like Us 5 times on Juneteenth just to piss off Drake. I can't wait for that Super Bowl performance. It's gonna be grand.
Oh yes. So, as our background suggests, after King makes his noble sacrifice,
The big sister moment, I appreciated quite a bit.
yeah,
Mhm.
like that was something I kind of wanted to wait until this episode to bring up. Season 1 was primarily focused on Ida's curse. Season 2 was King discovering who he is. And this was like a really great culmination of that arc that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was really good.
But yeah, as the background suggests, after King makes his sacrifice, everyone gets booted into the portal, which means they're in the human realm now.
Yep. Away from all the stupidity for a little bit. A little bit.
It's good. It's good to get some time away from that, but
Time away from the impending doom where you can possibly take your girlfriend on that date.
Is that wrong?
if only we had time for that.
If only more episodes for it.
Yeah, if only. God forbid. It's not like we got a couple more.
One last thing I'll mention before we close out season 2. Did you notice that a little bit of Belos goo landed on Hunter's shoulder?
Yes.
Just put a pin in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And the Amphibia Easter egg. Because when that episode first came out, that was everywhere. I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, I have no idea.
I
I'm
know.
assuming that's another show of hers.
Well, not of hers.
It says
but
Mother did, so I never lost it. It says every time there was an Easter egg in that house, everyone flipped out over it.
Got it.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll cover Amphibia because eventually I want you to see all of the Disney Channel shows.
A good one.
Because that was like one of their best eras.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's a bridge we
their
can
own
cross
will.
another day.
Against their own will, it was really good.
So, final thoughts on season 2?
It was really good. It was a lot more serious, obviously, and had a lot more heartfelt moments. Seemed like the plot beats cruised by a lot faster, but that's just in general because, you know, you had your legs cut out from underneath you, but no, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I've said before, season 2 is the one that I have rewatched the most. So it's the season that I'm attached to the most. I could even say the same thing about season 3, but for reasons that we'll get into later, it's a very different beast.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
But that wraps up this batch of episodes.
Yeah. And season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Until next time, Misao, where can everyone find you online?
You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky at Kibalo028.
And Brock?
You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube, or if you're into cosplaying, you can check out my Instagram at Organoid Zero.
And you guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we. And until next time,
Bye!
bye!